Second game as Ohana. To the top left, we have the Terran player for the FXO team in the red starts.
FXO GuMiho.
No scouting map number 1 on Whirlwind. He was completely relying on one barracks into expand. One bunker was not enough against the foreget of his opponent. At the bottom right, in blue, we have the Startail player. We have a Pokemon.
Startail Squirtle.
And I liked his foregate. I liked it quite a lot. A good horse only jumps as high as it has to.
Yeah, that's actually a nice proverb there. I noticed the Squirtle's ID was spelled incorrectly on that thing that flew in. I was like, I couldn't tell how, but oh wow, gas first from GuMiho. That's quite rare, and he's sending an SCV out, very likely for a proxy.
Yeah, it certainly looks like he's going to proxy something here. The SCV is straight to the left side of the map with the barracks.
This could be anything, and this could be just for Marauders, but I don't think it's going to be as simple as that, not with the gas first. I think he's actually going to go for a quick starport.
GuMiho has played some crazy builds, and Squirtle is already scouting, and of course on the two-player map it's a little bit simpler than on Whirlwind. He knows exactly what's going on here. He's in the main base, he sees the supply depot, he sees the gas, and he's like, well, where's the rest?
Yeah, he's going to be wondering that. He's going to go check behind the mineral line at the natural, very likely as well. If he doesn't see this, it's not going to be the end of the world as long as he just plays safely, you know? This is not a matchup where not seeing exactly what the Terran is hiding is going to kill you if you play safely. And there's the very fast factory. Let's see what he's going to make next. There's Tech Lab. And he will start the starport on that Tech Lab as soon as the factory finishes. No second gas, so no cloak likely here.
And now Squirtle has to decide how he's going to react to this. Is he going to the left side and spots exactly what's going on? He could, of course, delay everything that's been built by quite a lot if he is able to take down the SCV. But so far, he just spots the top bottom left, and he does not really know where exactly his opponent positions his unit. We won't probably not see a very early expansion by him. That would be kind of suicidal. So I think that he will now add additional gates and maybe even a robotics in order to prepare for a potential cloak play.
This is going to be Marauder Hellion, turns out. He's got Marauders with concussive shells coming out, and Hellions, but not off of a reactor. This is a weird way to do this, but it can be deadly.
And he's moving in right away, isn't he?
And it's starting to look like he may. He's going to check with this SCV.
He waits on the high ground. The SCV is scouting, and the Marauder is still waiting on the high ground. But so far, Squirtle has no idea what's coming.
Yeah. He's just a little bit surprised he's not making a robo. He's going up to 3 gates. If he makes a robo, it's going to be bad against what he's up against. But you know, strategically speaking, a lot of people would prefer the robo in this case because it gives them a little bit more information about what's going on, as well as you can get Immortals out.
He's not really scared about what he could face here, and I like the pylon to the top left, top right that we've just seen. So with the pylon, he might be able to just warp in a few units, because the problem that GuMiho has is that he has nothing to defend his base. Now he spots it with a Hellion. He scouts. He knows that this could potentially break him. But what is he going to do? Is he going to commit? He's actually walking back with most of his units.
This is actually so funny because the pylon is so great. Not only will it see this Hellion, but if he doesn't warp in, or if he doesn't send Marauders to help deal with this, then he can just warp in Stalkers and kill this. So he has to send the Marauders back. And then the Marauders may be shown here. At the very least, they're not attacking. This is actually the best of both worlds for Squirtle. He's like, all right, I'm just going to make a Nexus. And this is great. Command Center goes down for GuMiho as well. Notice that he did not show his Marauders. He's just keeping them nearby in case he needs them. If 3 Stalkers are warped in, then he'll just use the Marauders to kill those.
He wanted to bait the warp in. If he baits the warp in and then the Marauders go in, he takes down everything that GuMiho, that Squirtle built. But it was actually really well done with this one pylon. Basically made sure that this attack was not successful. That he didn't even start to move out. He didn't even attack at all.
Yeah, he didn't even try. He is researching STEM at that Tech Lab in the middle of the map right now, as he does float his factory across, getting that starport going so he can get the medevacs out. And he's just going to transition into regular bio play here. It was kind of a funny opening, but didn't end up getting executed. Shows the flexibility of the build, though. He's continuing to produce Marauders only right now, as he adds 2 barracks. And he's actually going to have a pretty quick starport for how few units he's going to have out on the map.
It's just this opening is a little bit weird, and therefore, of course, the timings are not what you would expect.
Squirtle with a great spread of Stalkers to defending against potential Hellion harass. He knows it's there, he saw the Hellion, so there could be a drop. He's going to be careful about that.
And now he has the Observer, and you will rally one of the Observers straight to his opponent's base to get an idea of what's going on there. He needs to know about those timings, especially, of course, the Starport is going to be important for him.
The factory draws back all the Stalkers in the main base.
It will at least burn.
Yeah. So he's going to get rid of that, but the Stalkers being out of position is not going to be too significant. There's no drop coming at this moment in time. He may decide to drop those Hellions at some point in the near future, but it doesn't seem to be on the cards for now. Double gas at the natural for Squirtle here. We'll probably see him go Twilight Council and one Forge very soon. He probably won't go Robotic Support Bay. The reason is he knows the Starport's already done, and it's a weird timing to go for this when your opponent can just make Vikings as soon as he spots it.
He builds it nonetheless.
Yeah, he's going to do it. That's actually a little bit surprising to me. But he does get the one Forge.
Well, Squirtle is one player who really made this 2-base Colossus timing popular, but now he's faced with a drop here, as in the main base a few Marauders pop up, thanks to the Medivacs. Trying to snipe down a bunch of Stalkers, actually doing quite a lot of damage here, but they have to run away from the Zealots. They are the ones who do the most of the damage to the Terran units.
He barely keeps that Marauder alive. About 28 points left on him. The supply is fairly even. Squirtle 10 supply up right now. He's at that Nexus for a little bit longer, and as soon as he gets this Robotic Sword Bay finish, he's going to start cranking out those Colossi. And as soon as that's spotted, though, the Medivac production will stop, and he's already gotten a decent amount of Medivacs out. Actually, no, he's only going to have 3 out, because he only made the one before the reactor. I thought he already pre-made the reactor. Turns out I was wrong.
Yeah, he has one Medivac so far. He's getting an additional 2, and he drops Hellions this time. He's just mixing up the drop play, and he circumvents his opponent's units. Nice, pulls the drones off immediately. The force field saves them. Good defense, very, very good defense here.
Nice trap. It's fine.
Yeah, he still can catch them.
The Hellion's like,
hide and
seek. Where's my pickup?
Mayday, mayday, I need a Medivac.
Medivac. Man, that Medivac's got no respect.
No, none at all.
That was kind of messed up, what she did. Goes and heals the Marauders, leaves the Hellion to die. Clearly some favoritism here.
I think she likes the Marauders more.
Yeah, I think so. Hellion is a little bit older. He looks kind of weird.
Yeah, race car drivers are okay, but you want the buff guys.
I mean, the Hellion guy, he has a weird voice too.
He's too
skinny.
Know
what I'm talking about?
He's just too skinny.
He's skinny, the weird voice. Just not into him, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him.
She wants a real man.
Yeah, Hellion guy, man, he's just not the one. He's always running away, trying to harass. She wants somebody who's going to fight straight up. This Marine fought straight up and unfortunately was taken out. This Colossus alone like this looks a little bit risky, it looks a little bit scary, but now as the Stalkers come to join him, or it, I should say, it's a robot.
Oh, but it's out of position. The Colossus is completely out of position and just survives with 4 hit points. Oh god, that was close. Way too close for comfort.
Well, now he can't really use it. He doesn't have range yet.
Yeah, he needs range.
Oh, shit!
Nice.
Those 2 Marauders, by the way, were the Marauders that the Medivac was healing that we were talking about, man. They really were manly. They were just like, I got this. They're darting and kill the Colossus.
Kamikaze.
That was pretty insane. Squirtle's 3rd base does get delayed by a Marine. Killed the probe that was sent to make it, and he's got to send a 2nd one.
Those 2 Marauders, those were heroes.
They really were.
For Jimmy, and then they go in.
They actually wanted to avenge the Hellion. You know, they said, we'll never let love come between us again. To the rest of every other friend.
They're like, girls are stupid.
Girls are so dumb, man. Girls are stupid.
Real friendship only exists between men.
Yeah. The Medivac wasn't really into us anyways.
A little bit chauvinistic.
Kill that
Nice.
Observer. That Observer had no chance in the world. Didn't even have any weapons equipped.
Oh, but now the next engagement. This is going to be really important. 132 against 126 supply. The drop in the main base not too successful. And yeah, the Medivac gets taken out this time.
Yeah.
Now she even annoyed Squirtle.
He's fed up with her, man. Everybody knows that Medivac's just kind of messing around with everybody. There were Marines in that drop.
She's a player.
Well, she was.
Yeah, she was a player.
She had her phases disrupted by that stalker.
Men were just toys to her.
They really were. She just likes to pick them up and drop them when she's done with them.
Exactly, and then they trash them and they're all destroyed.
She just moves on to the next one, picks them up. Oh, it's terrible. It's tragic, really.
She probably has sick pickup lines.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Do you want to ride?
I bet there were actually literally lines to be picked up, man.
Do you want to ride? And some candy?
I didn't know you meant that with pickup lines. I thought you meant like, well, if you control click on the Mirage,
No.
And tell them to, well, if you control click the Mirage and tell them to go into medevac, they all kind of line up. They all try to get in the medevac. There's a line for pickups, but there's also pickup lines, man. I guess that's kind of a dual joke. All right, 2-2 about the finish for Squirtle, whereas +2 is just now on the way for GuMiho. He's definitely behind in upgrades here.
Oh, finally the tech lab gets taken out. Has been spotted. Now he spotted it. Oh no, he didn't. Well, he might have, but there's the army in the middle of the map, and that's a little bit more important than one lonely tech lab.
Yeah, tech lab is lonely. One day maybe he'll find somebody. His old barracks left him. Oh, here we go. He's actually going to run a few units in here. If he had committed more, he could have gotten into a good position, but unfortunately for him, just going to get a few probes. The rest of the army has to retreat.
It's not too bad, though, because thus far, Squirtle hasn't sent anything back. He doesn't have the warbins. Now they're ready. And immediately a few zealots, but it might already be a bit too late. He's able to pick off one of the immortals, and that is actually bad news.
Yeah.
If he targets the probes, which he doesn't, could have been even more successful.
Yeah, could have gotten a lot more, but losing the immortals not something that he's going to be happy about, as he is switching compositions here.
And the upgrades at this part is now 1-1 for the channel player. We have +2/+2 for Squirtle, a huge advantage for him.
Yeah, and +3 armor is going to finish before +2 armor for GuMiho, very likely here if he chrono boosts it correctly.
And the Viking count at this point is 11. He has 11 Vikings against only 3 Colossi.
That observer was so embarrassed when he got EMP'd. Everybody could see him, and then not only that, but about 20 missiles were fired at him. That is not the way to go. That's awful.
Good call, though, by GuMiho.
Yeah, not using the scan, using an EMP. He's trying to blink forward and pick off some ghosts or some of the Vikings, whatever he can get. He baits out some EMPs, hitting mostly Vikings, though.
Yeah, the Stalker is without shields now. The Vikings getting in position, sniping the first 1-2 of the Colossi, and actually GuMiho is looking pretty solid here. He takes the 4th base now. We have him with the upgrades nearly completed, +2/+2. Squirtle will still have an advantage upgrade-wise, but we have him with everything in the book. He has the Vikings against the Colossi, he has the Ghost for the EMPs against the shields, and potential Templar play that we don't see, well, just yet. He has a few High Templars here, but so far we haven't seen anything, maybe we haven't seen anything like upgrades. He doesn't have Storm. He's completely relying on Archons.
Yeah, he is completely relying on those, and also, I like that GuMiho allowed the Vikings to die, use them aggressively like that, because he needed to switch his composition anyway, so he basically got the most out of the Vikings he could. Now he's like, alright, I eliminated the Colossus, and now that you're not making any more, I'm going into more ghosts here. 3 on the way, in fact, at this very moment. This pylon not going to be long for this world if he doesn't want it. He decides to leave it alive, values his men's lives more, but with that pylon finishing, man, the rest of his men might go down.
And right now, what might go down is actually the Terran army, but a crazy split by GuMiho already. There are no storms, but here comes the Protoss charging in. Those Vikings deal with the Colossi threat. A lot of area effect damage for Squirtle, who's pushing GuMiho back. And GuMiho with his small bio ball is on the retreat, and Squirtle giving chase.
Yeah, Squirtle looks like he's going to take him out here. GG. The upgrades really showed through in that fight. The engagement, the concave was set up perfectly by GuMiho. If they were on even upgrades, he would have destroyed Squirtle, but unfortunately, the upgrades were just too much.
Squirtle's looking a little bit sad here for whatever reason. He needs a little bit more ace in him. We need a Celebration King to teach him a lesson or two.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, Squirtle here with a good performance, and GuMiho takes the series with 2-0. But he always looks like too serious.
Yeah, he looks really serious. You know, I think he's a little bit somber in there.
Yeah.
He's going to Code S. GuMiho, on the other hand, going to the up and down matches where he'll have to face a pretty tough group. Squirtle just going right back where he belongs.
And it's pretty cool to see that Squirtle and MVP, the two players who played in the last season's final, that they were now able to go into Code S once again. So they had to fight their way through Code A, and now we have him back in Code S next season. Pretty cool. Like this a lot.
Yeah, it's just it just goes to show that our new format really lets players who deserve to be in Code S stay in Code S.
They played the sickest GSL final ever. The games between MVP and Squirtle were so insane, and I would not mind to see them in the final again, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, we may see that again one day. I'm kind of excited for our PvP finals, the first PvP we have ever had, and GSL finals, and also it's going to be the first time in quite some months for a Pro S to win the GSL.
Yeah, this time there's no doubt about it. One Protoss player is going to win the GSL, either MC with his third title. It's a third, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, or Seed with his first. And now we have another Protoss player playing. It is EGJYP. He is up against Hack. The first map is going to be Antigua Shipyard. We, of course, have a 5-minute break. We'll be back in a few, and then we will see another PVT here at the GSL Code A, round number 3.